Welcome to Channel 99 Sports with Daniel Wertheiser and Jason Rosario.
Switch.
Welcome to Channel 99 Sports with Daniel Wertheiser and Jason Rosario.
Welcome to Channel 99 Sports NFL Edition. I'm Daniel Wertheiser.
And I'm Jason Rosario.
All right, Week 5 kicked off last Thursday night with the Colts traveling up to Foxborough for a classic matchup. The Colts went into the game without star receiver T.Y. Hilton. Andrew Luck went to his next reliable target in Eric Ebron, the 6'4" tight end. He hauled in 105 yards and 2 touchdowns. Meanwhile, the Patriots regained star wide receiver Julian Edelman from suspension. Also, Josh Gordon was out there again for the Patriots, and he caught Tom Brady's 500th career touchdown pass. This also makes Josh Gordon the 71st player to receive a touchdown pass from Tom Brady, which is also an NFL record. Also, Sony Michel had a solid showing Sunday with 98 yards and a touchdown on 18 attempts. This helped the Patriots win 38-24. The Colts are a miserable 1-4, whereas the Patriots pushed past 500 with a 3-2 record. Tom Brady said the Patriots should have scored at least 52 points Thursday and have plans to have a better performance next week. Jason, as a Patriots fan, it takes great disappointment in saying, but I think Tom Brady's losing a step.
Yeah, I would say so too, but I'm a Jets fan, so that works out for me.
Yeah.
All right, speaking of the Jets, we have the Broncos going to MetLife Stadium. The Jets went on top 34-16. Yes, that's right, I did say the Jets won. Denver is now at a record of 2-3, and so are the Jets. Case Keenum chucking up 377 yards, 2 touchdowns, and throwing just 1 interception. Thomas had 105 yards receiving and a touchdown. And the rookie Sam Darnold for the Jets had 198 yards for passing, but did have 3 touchdowns and an interception. Isaiah Crowell having 219 yards on the ground and 1 touchdown. He went off. Great fantasy. Anderson had 3 receptions for 123 yards and a touchdown. It's about time that Darnold can hit him deep right into the breadbasket. Worked out perfectly twice.
Right in the breadbasket. That's what we like to hear, Jason. The Packers faced the Lions Sunday, and the Lions dominated during the first half, finishing the first half 24-0. They ended up holding up the lead and won 31-23. The Lions looked as if they are poised to break out finally, and they found a running game with Garrett Blount and Kerryon Johnson. Also, Stafford has reliable options in rising star Kenny Golladay and Golden Tate. Meanwhile, the Packers' struggles cannot be placed on future Hall of Fame quarterback Aaron Rodgers. He threw 442 yards, 3 touchdowns, and no interceptions. The Packers fell to 2 wins, 2 losses, and a tie, and the Lions are fighting their way back up to a 500 record with a 2-3 record.
And still they're doing it. Ever since that whole Jet game, they looked horrible, but Matt Patricia's been able to get them good.
Yeah, I'm excited for the Lions. I think they could do well. They have an electric offense.
Should be good. We have the other New York team, the Giants, taking on Carolina. Carolina taking the victory 33-31 as it came down to the last seconds. The Giants are now at a terrible, screaming 1-4. Carolina Panthers go to 3-1. Eli Manning still on a good hot start as he's at 326 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions that day. Beckham actually had 57 passing yards, throwing 1 passing touchdown to Saquon Barkley. And on the other side for receiving, he had 131 yards and a touchdown. Barkley was 81 yards receiving and 2 touchdowns catching, not rushing, but he's doing really good with all-purpose. Cam Newton had 237 yards passing, 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. Their kicker, Graham Gano, kicked a 63-yard field goal with 3 seconds left. It is now the second highest field goal in the history. Record 64, he had a 63 one, and he still had room left to go. He probably could have gotten the record.
I think he definitely could have got that. He had tons of room to go.
It was crazy.
Odell did terrific for me
now,
in fantasy.
How do you feel about Odell saying how he
with the Giants?
Yeah.
I think he's able to say that. You know, everybody, you should have high expectations for
exactly. I don't think it was. I think it was a positive comment. He wants to take charge of the team, and he's doing just that.
All right. Next up, the Titans and Bills came together for a much expected bore down, with a combined 6 field goals. Even though there was only 1 touchdown scored, there were some exciting moments as Mariota and Josh Allen were doing their best impression of leapfrog, hurtling over defenders, but the Bills pushed out the win over the Titans 13-12. The Titans are still somewhat sitting comfortably at 3-2, whereas the Bills are fighting their way back to a 500 record with a 2-3 record.
And still, New York fans are a little iffy on who they want to like, if it's the Jets, the Giants, or the Bills. We have the Steelers and the Falcons. The Steelers actually smoked them 41-17 as the Falcons' rolls continue on being horrible. They're 1-4 now. Pittsburgh is now at a 2-win, 2-loss, 1-tie record. Matt Ryan had 285 yards passing and just a touchdown, no interceptions. Ben Roethlisberger on the other end had 250 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, and an interception. The young man Connor continues to do great, especially for fantasy lovers. I know you have him, having over 100 yards at 110 and 2 touchdowns. And Antonio Brown receiving for 101 yards and 2 touchdowns as well. So fantasy lovers, gotta love Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that's good for Brown. He's been quiet all season,
yes,
so
that's
he's
true.
Finally starting to get in a groove. The Ravens and Browns. The Browns savior Baker Mayfield started another game for the Browns. This time they played the Ravens, even though both Flacco and Mayfield both threw the ball for over 40 times. And I'm pretty sure Flacco almost pushed 60 throwing the ball, which is unbelievable. The score didn't really even reach the teens. The game went into overtime and the Browns pulled off a last-second field goal for the win over the Ravens. The Browns won and improved their record to 2-1, and the Ravens still stay perched at a cool 3-2. You got it, Jason? Perched?
Yeah,
Ravens,
I get it.
birds.
Yeah, all right. So, Baker Mayfield looking like he is the true Cleveland savior. Looks like they forgot about LeBron James with Cleveland, you know?
He's next up.
Hey, there you go. All right, now Cincinnati taking on the Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins went out to a comfortable 17-0 lead, but then the Bengals out of nowhere scored 27 unanswered points, winning the game 27-17. Miami still sits at a comfortable 3-2 on a 2-game losing streak now. Cincinnati is number 1 in the division at 4-1. Ryan Tannehill had 185 yards passing, 1 touchdown, and just 2 interceptions. Andy Dalton on the other end had 248 yards passing, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. AJ Green having no touchdowns, but did get 112 yards receiving.
Pretty solid day.
Pretty solid day, yeah.
All right, the Jaguars and Chiefs matched up for a possible preview of an AFC playoff game. The Jaguars quarterback Blake Bortles helped out the Chiefs with 4 interceptions. The Chiefs went on to win 30-14. They now sit undefeated at 5-0. Meanwhile, the Jaguars fall to 3-2, which isn't a bad record still.
It isn't a bad record. We need their star running back Leonard Fournette back.
Yeah.
He actually is out for this week against the Cowboys.
Yeah, they already
as well.
ruled him out. They're sinking fast.
They rushed him back too fast against the Jets a couple weeks ago, and he re-pulled his hamstring, and it's even worse than usual. He might be out 2 to 3 weeks. Hopefully he gets better. They need him.
Yeah.
They need him back bad. The Raiders coming off of a good win against the Chargers, but they did not win this week. 26-10 the final score was. The Chargers came out on top. Oakland, Gruden going to 1-4. But the Chargers are going to 3-2. Derek Carr had 268 passing yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Philip Rivers having a really great game as he had 339 yards and 2 touchdowns. Then Keenan Allen only had 90 yards receiving, no touchdowns. But Rivers had a great game, and the Chargers are 3-2, so they're looking pretty good.
Yeah, looking pretty good. The Vikings took on the defending Super Bowl champions. The Eagles took a big hit with J.J. suffering an ACL tear. His season is over, unfortunately. Zach Ertz was a man against boys Sunday with 110 yards and a touchdown on 10 receptions. But it was not enough, as Kirk Cousins was near perfect, throwing for 301 yards, a touchdown. On his 37 attempts, he completed 30. He led his Vikings to a 23-21 win over the Eagles. The Vikings improved to 2-1, and the Eagles fall below 500 with 2-3.
And Philadelphia fans are going to hate that. All their three losses were very close, including the Titans' overtime win last week, 26-23. And then this week, they're losing by only 2 points. The best team in the NFL, the Rams, are taking on the Seattle Seahawks. At one point, we all thought the Seahawks were going to come up with the biggest upset of football for that day. But then the Rams came back in a back-and-forth boxing matchup, 33-31. The score was Los Angeles Rams go to 5-0. Seattle goes to 2-3, trying to win maybe this week and try to get to 500. Jared Goff having his usual 300-plus passing yard game, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Todd Gurley, just a monster, only 77 yards on the ground, but did have 3 touchdowns. Robert Woods had 92 yards receiving, and Cooper Kupp had 90 yards receiving and a touchdown, as he actually left the game early with a concussion, so hopefully he's okay. Russell Wilson on the other end threw for 198 yards and 3 touchdowns, and Carson, their running back, had 116 on the ground. Tyler Lockett, the receiver, had 98 yards and 1 touchdown. So it was a pretty solid game for Seattle, but they did not come out on top.
Also, to add to you, Jason, Brandon Cooks, he's out, I'm pretty sure for the rest of the game. Tough blow hits for the Rams getting him, and now, they're not going to be able to use him. Yep. But on to the next game, the Cardinals and 49ers faced off Sunday. The 49ers suffered a big loss during the game with their star running back, Breida, suffering an ankle sprain. Luckily, it was not a high ankle sprain. He is not supposed to be out for long, but Josh Rosen led the Cardinals to their first win, the rookie quarterback. They won 28-18. They improved their record to 1-4, which is also the same record as the 49ers hold now also.
Now leaves us to no excitement for no winning teams of the NFL. So Browns, your history is made.
Yep.
All right, so anyway, we have Dallas Cowboys taking on the Houston Texans, the Battle of Texas, 19-16. A great game, ended in overtime. The Houston Texans came out on top. Dallas goes to 2-3, as well as Houston does. Dak Prescott throws 208 yards and a touchdown with 2 interceptions. And on the other end, Deshaun Watson having a really great game, 375 passing yards, a touchdown, and an interception. DeAndre Hopkins not having any touchdowns, but did have 151 yards gaining. So that was pretty awesome. And now this is the game of the week. The Washington Redskins taking on the New Orleans Saints, 43-19. Not only did New Orleans win, but Drew Brees made history. Washington goes to 2-2 on the year. New Orleans goes to a very, very comfortable 4-1. Alex Smith had 275 yards passing and 1 interception. Drew Brees, 363 yards, 3 touchdowns, including the record breaker. Yes, he has passed Peyton Manning for all-time passing yards, and he's going to continue to do that. And he as well had a 500 passing touchdown in his career last night as well to Smith. Smith actually caught the 500 touchdown pass and also caught the record for the amount of yards. It was a great play. Smith had 111 yards with only 3 receptions and 2 touchdowns. Mark Ingram coming back from suspension, having 53 yards and 2 touchdowns. Alvin Kamara only had under 50 yards. So it looks like Ingram coming back kind of affected Kamara a little bit. So we got to see if he could stay in the MVP talk. I don't know about you, but...
it's... when Ingram and Kamara are both out there, it's a way different Saints offense.
Yeah, it's crazy.
They use Kamara a lot for passing and stuff.
Yep, nice check downs, dump balls.
Ingram's 3 down back.
Yeah.
Next up, we have NFL news. The Giants have finally released offensive tackle Eric Flowers. He led in constant pressure to quarterback Eli Manning, and probably Odell was very happy.
Yeah, probably.
Left,
Because now Odell has better chances to get receptions.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Yes.
Another receiver that's actually been doing good for the Giants, Sterling Shepard as well. He's actually an underdog pretty much. I actually have him on my fantasy team. Thought he was going to have a great season, and he's having an all right season.
Decent, yeah.
For you Philly fans, the Eagles are now showing interest in multiple running backs after J.J.'s ACL tear. My oh my, that was horrible. But most surprisingly, they're looking for LeSean McCoy. Can he come back to the Eagles? We will find out soon.
Yes, I would. That would be cool to see.
Yeah, that
honestly, I think LeSean McCoy definitely isn't the most happy with what happened when he got traded to the Bills.
Yep.
I think he still holds some resentment, which is understandable. But if he does come back, I think it'll be a much better atmosphere for the Eagles because right now, him at the Bills, they're doing terrible.
Definitely.
They have no offensive line. He can't get nothing done. I'm pretty sure he had like 25 rushing attempts and he had under 100 yards on Sunday.
He's absolutely
so if he could get out of there and go to a decent team, I'm sure he would be happy.
Yeah.
But also, in case you forgot, Des Bryant is still looking for a contract. And honestly, I don't know why teams haven't picked him up. I mean, I'm sure he's asking for a lot because he feels, he's at a certain level, and he might not be at that level anymore. And I think eventually, he'll come to that realization. And once he comes to that realization, he'll get a contract.
Yeah, right now, Odell Beckham is the highest paid wide receiver.
Yeah.
And
Dez hasn't put out that production for years.
Yeah,
so he can't be asking for that type of money. Once he gets his, mindset straight, he'll get a job.
Hopefully. But speaking about receivers, apparently Steelers receiver Antonio Brown is being sued for throwing furniture out of his window.
Tell me, yeah, that's when I saw that was some. I'm like, how does that even happen?
So you go in the game, you catch 101 passing yards.
Next day,
and then 2 touchdowns, and then next thing you know, you're throwing furniture out of your window.
Hey, maybe he's trying to throw them passes a little bit.
Maybe. Oh well.
You never know.
He's gonna have some fun.
All right, week 6 is next, Jason. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, Thursday night, we have the Eagles at the Giants. Who do you got?
I'm going to take the Giants. I think that they are going to try their best to get Odell and Sterling Shepard to have over 100-yard games. Eli Manning looking for his 3rd game in a row with over 300 passing yards. I think they'll get it.
I like the Giants right now, but I don't know if I like them more than the Eagles. The Eagles, they're going to be rough without J.J., but I think they could get it if they could, hold down Odell and Saquon. So I think I'm going to go with the Eagles on that one. Next up, for Sunday's games, we have the Buccaneers at the Falcons. Who you got?
I think the Falcons have had just enough with going 1-4 and losing with Matt Ryan doing good. Julio Jones still hasn't recorded a receiving touchdown in such a long time. He's trying to look for that. I think they get the win.
I think I'm going to have to go with the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers are coming off a bye this week. Jameis Winston's back. Deshaun Jackson, I think they're ready to break out. And the Falcons' defense is terrible. And the Buccaneers held their own against the Bears a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
So I think they'll do well against the Falcons. Next up, we have the Chargers at Browns. Who you got, Jason?
Really quickly, I'm going to go with the Lord and Savior for Cleveland, Baker Mayfield. The Browns.
The Browns.
The Browns are going to win again and go to 3-2-1.
See, I would really like the Browns to win, but I don't know. I like to try to be a little bit more realistic. So I'm going to have to go with the Chargers just because they have more options. Their defense is pretty decent. But if the Browns can pull it off, I hope they do.
That would be awesome.
But I really think I don't think they're going to be able to. I think the Chargers are going to get the dub. All right, next up we have the Colts at Jets. Who you got, Jason?
Playing at MetLife Stadium yet again. The Jets are going to catch the win. They're going to go to 500 on the season. Darnold's having a good past couple weeks. I think they're not going to stop him. The Jets' defense looks very overpowered, and I think that's just how it's going to go. Jets' defense is going to get 3 interceptions,
Honestly, I want to go with the Colts, but I think we're going to go with the Jets
All right,
on this one.
Good choice.
Only because, T.Y. Hilton's going to, I don't know if he's out but he's definitely probably won't be 100% since he missed last week.
Definitely.
I really like the Jets' offense. They're really explosive. Powell went off last week. Anderson can go off any moment.
Yeah,
Crowell
having an amazing game.
Yeah, we're hoping. I think they could get it.
Jets getting over 330 rushing yards.
There you go.
Insane.
All right, next up we have Seahawks at Raiders. Who you got, Jason?
Seattle played a great game against the best team in the league. I'm going to take Seattle for this one. John Gruden, you're going to go to 1-5. Sorry to say that.
Yeah, I think I gotta go with that one too. It's Seahawks all day over the Raiders. I can't even, just facts.
Yeah.
Nothing more to prove it. All right, next up we have Panthers at Redskins. Who you got, Jason?
Redskins coming off of a brutal loss last night.
Yes.
Including the record breaker, Alex Smith did not do that good. I think the Redskins are going to pull off the win against the Panthers. I think the Redskins are like, you know what? We just got showed up Monday night. Let's come back and win this Sunday. I think they take the win.
See, I think it's going to go the opposite way. I think the Panthers are coming off a good win over the Giants. They're feeling good. Cam Newton's out here. I think they're definitely going to get the dub over the Redskins just because, they're feeling good right now.
All right.
And they're looking good. All right, Bills are at the Texans. Who you got?
I'm going to take the next New York team. The Bills, I think, are going to win. They've been looking pretty high-powered lately. They've been looking like really ferocious. I'm just kidding. The Bills aren't ferocious, but they've been looking all right. Hopefully, their rookie quarterback can hold it off.
Yeah, there is a chance the Bills can win. I'm going to go with the Texans on this one, just because Sean Watson looked stunning. He looked like a professional. He looked like a veteran quarterback. Been in the league for several years. He had a perfect game the other
Definitely,
night.
375.
He was looking good. Even though the Bills, they have had some upsets this year, the Bills, so they can turn it on when they want to. But we're going to go with the Texans with D-Hop, DeAndre Hopkins, and J.J. Watt out there. I think he's really going to cause problems for Bills rookie quarterback.
Good argument.
All right, we're going to go with the Cardinals at the Vikings. Who you got?
Cardinals got really lucky getting their win last week. But the Vikings are going to improve their record, and I think they're going to win.
Yeah, I think the Vikings are going to win too. Last week, I said when we did the picks, I had the Cardinals over the 49ers. And I said because David Johnson had to go off, and he had 2 touchdowns last week.
Yes, that he did.
So I was right. So, but we're going to go against them this week. The Vikings are going to win. Sorry, Cardinals. All right, next up we have Steelers at Bengals. And honestly, I'm excited to see this matchup from last year. Because last year, Ryan Shazier went out. Juju Smith-Schuster was putting hits on people.
Yeah,
it's a big rivalry.
I think that the Bengals are going to improve their record to 5-1 and stay at the top of the division and beat the struggling defense of the Steelers.
Yeah, honestly, I think I might have Steelers on this one.
All right.
Just because their defense has shown some good points. Like last week, their defense was pretty nice. Whereas the Bengals, I remember a couple weeks ago they played the Falcons, and the Falcons, it was a high-scoring game. They both ran it up on each other. So I think if the Steelers could get the wheels turning, they could go off on the Bengals. All right, the Bears are at the Dolphins. Who you got, Jason?
My quick pick is going to be the Bears. I think they're going to continue to do really good.
Yeah, I think I got to go with the Bears also. I think Khalil Mack will rip up Ryan Tannehill, and they only do good when he does good. So I'm going with the Bears. All right, the Rams are at the Broncos. Who you got?
Rams are going to go 6-0. They're going to get the win against the Broncos.
I think I got to go with that too. Rams all day, every day.
All right.
Even without Brandon Cooks, they still got it. I'm hoping Aqib Talib could come back for this game.
Yeah.
I don't know. I honestly haven't really looked into him that much. But he did get let go by the Broncos to the Rams, so that'd be a cool homecoming to see.
Yeah.
All right. True. Next up, we have Ravens at Titans. Who you got?
Tennessee. Been looking pretty good, especially off that overtime win against the Eagles 2 weeks ago. I think Tennessee's going to take this victory.
Honestly, I don't know what it is with the Titans, but the last couple weeks they've been going into overtime, keeping the score under like 20 points. You know, their defense must be doing something right.
Yeah.
But their offense has no type of, and Corey Davis, you know, under 50 yards completely not too well.
They need to utilize what they have.
Yeah, they need to utilize what they have. So I think we're going to go with the Ravens because Joe Flacco can throw up the ball.
All right.
Next up, we have the Jaguars at Cowboys. Who you got? At that big stadium, AT&T Stadium.
Leonard Fournette out again.
Yes.
And the Jaguars. TJ Yeldon was looking a little bit good, but not Fournette good. Blake Bortles have been lighting it up lately, though.
Yes.
The Jacksonville defense is a little questionable after getting 40 points chucked up on them by the Kansas City Chiefs last week. So I don't know. I want to say Jacksonville, but I really think the Cowboys are going to wind up pulling it off for a big upset, and Jacksonville is going to go to 3-3.
Honestly, I think I'm with you on that one, Jason. I mean, if you look at the Jaguars right now, Fournette's out. Their third string running back, Corey Grant is out. So
he's also their punt and kick returner too.
Yeah, so they only have TJ Yeldon at the moment. So right now, so Patriots at Chiefs. Who do you got? I mean, Chiefs at Patriots. Who you got?
That's going to be an amazing game.
It will.
Patrick Mahomes is going to light up that New England defense. I think they are going to go 6-0. Patriots. Get out of here.
I would love to see the Patriots, get the upset at home versus the Chiefs. That would be a great game to see. That would be great to see. Either way, it's going to be a good game. I'm going to go with the Patriots just for the upset.
Right.
Monday night, we have Monday night we have a good game. I can't tell you who it is right now, but thank you guys for tuning in. I'm Daniel Werkheiser.
And I'm Jason Rosario.
All right. Thank you for tuning in.